new subs, total strangers, and people started watching my videos. I fully believe in it, okay? I might not be able to explain it in great depth, but I made videos about it because I could not believe it. You could say it's a chance, you could say it's a fluke, but there was no traction, there was no movement with it. I wasn't getting into the algorithm for weeks and weeks and weeks. And on that particular night, I asked for that, and the next morning I woke up and I was like, what the hell? It's freaky, guys. There's so much stuff that happens in tarot that can't really be explained, but it doesn't mean, just because you can't articulate it or explain it 100% doesn't mean that it's not something. Do you know what I mean? That's why I like it, because I sort of understand it, but there's still so much that we don't know. It's like too much stuff's happened, like getting the same card combinations out as other major tarot readers that are really experienced, and like pulling the same narratives at the same time. Lots of stuff resonating for, I don't know, it's a beautiful thing. If you think about it, religion is not tangible, but we fully believe in it. So tarot is my religion, okay? Sorry if I've just hidden the wrong person. I'm just getting rid of someone that's like doesn't believe in tarot that's preaching on here. Okay. I'm an omnist, so I don't denounce other faiths or religions. Okay, I'm very happy to have them be present, but I don't want anyone denouncing tarot, so it's very important to me. Okay, so Cancer, in the recent past, in the last month or so, there's been a struggle, okay, when it comes to work or career or education. Something's been a long battle. The 10 of Wands is each like wand out of the 10 wands has been a challenge, something that's difficult, another thing that's had to be overcome, more burden that's had to be taken on. You've had a tough go, okay, over the last month. But the good news is 10 is the end. You've reached your destination, okay? So that's the good thing that I can say about it. Let's have a look at your present. Hi, Pedro. Sorry if I haven't been saying hi to everyone, I'm just concentrating. Hi, Fahim. Hi, Slater. Hi, Son of Seth. Hi, Girl. Hi, Ernest. Hi, Jaleisha. Hi, Universal Motorsports. Hi, K10. Hi, Fahim. Hi, Barno. Hi, beloved Virgo. Hi, Sky. Hi, Dean. Oh, you're welcome. Well, it's very popular, so I could make this regular. Let's get one for the present. So today, tomorrow, yesterday for Cancer. Hopefully something more positive. Page of Swords. Okay. Now, for me, the Page of Swords is someone who's watching. They're trying to gather information and knowledge. It's like, if I was talking about love, which I'm not, this is career, education and finance, but it's like if, say if it was a love situation and someone new entered your workplace, you were trying to understand what this person's about. You can see what they look like and you want to know what they are like in terms of their personality, in terms of like how good they are at what they do. You're on the lookout, but it's like in a defensive way. You're trying to suss out the situation. Look, she's in the middle of the desert, okay, and she's got her like wares with her, There's nothing for a long way around, but on the horizon, there's a lot of horizon to watch, and you've got to watch it. Okay, so you may feel like you don't know if the person that arrives is going to be an opportunity or a threat. And I think that you've got a lot to lose. And I think you've worked damn hard where you are. So in a work situation or a business situation, you're trying to gather information and knowledge, and not in a way that's obvious. Okay, this is like, I just want to know what I'm dealing with. Does that make sense? It could be new people entering the workplace, or new owners of a workplace, new directors, new investors, new colleagues that are on the same level as you. You might just be, it feels like something that's coming towards you, okay? And you've already had a lot of shit to deal with. Look, for the future, for the month ahead, you are the King of Pentacles, okay? You are set. This is someone that's sitting on money. Your position is very secure. You are not going to be knocked from your spot at all. Okay, you're thriving. You are thriving. So a King of Pentacles, Pentacles is money. Kings don't move. Okay, Knights move. Pages watch. A king is immovable, and you could well become an emperor. Okay, so you can stay exactly how you are, and you'll be absolutely fine. You'll be abundant. You may progress, but it's up to you. Okay, you're sitting pretty. So I hope that gives you reassurance. It comes across that you're valued where you work. Okay, I think you're highly valuable, and you might know that, and you might not know that. But it's well deserved, that success. Yeah, it's a good place to be. That's the best place to be. No wonder, no wonder you feel watchful, because you get a lot out of what you do, and you're doing well from it. And I think you just want to be allowed to continue, but I think you'd also like it to come a bit more easily. If you're someone that's looking for a redirection, if sometimes you make good money from what you do, but you think, God, I think it could be easier than this. Let's see what you could utilise in terms of your true life's purpose. Writing. You heal, inspire, teach, and entertain with the words that you write. Okay, so maybe you've got a book in you. Maybe it can also be like, when you create instruction manuals in work, or you could help to write policies, or help to write speeches. You can help to write, like, what are they called inside greetings cards? There's like a word for it, isn't there? I don't know. Things like, that seems trivial, but it's not. Writing, people struggle, with stuff like, when someone passes away, what's it called, where you give like a talk about the person's life? I can't think of what's it called, guys. You know what I mean, anyway. What people write on, like, gravestones, headstones, famous quotes. You could be a Wordsworth, you could be a poet. You could be someone that when people speak to you, or they show you, oh, you know what's really like a good thing is when I show people emails that I'm writing and they say, no, word it like this, so that it's more careful in the way that it's said, or it's less aggressive, or a proofwriter, or an editor, a eulogy. Thank you. Thank you. You've got your eulogies, you've got your obituaries. It's very important to word things. How you word things can make something amazing, inspiring, motivating, moving. Not everyone has that capability. And it can be something long or it can be something that's one sentence. A songwriter, songwriters, poets, writers, like journalists, editors, adverts, marketing, sales, persuasive techniques. I teach that in English, persuasive techniques. You can use humour, triples, quotes from influential characters, figures, statistics. Yeah, one word can say a million things. Like, is it an MC? Like someone that raps, but like, like Eminem is like fucking unbelievable. Like when I teach poetry, I always bring him into it because the kids have like crazy mad respect for him. But he uses like metaphors, similes, symbolism. Anything he does is it's actually very educated, very educated. Hi, Amy. Your writing is probably like, yeah, if you think about it, writing and speaking are the most important things that we do to change people's minds, to shift perspectives, to entertain. Oh my God, comedians. Oh God, comedians, you can give so much joy and like cathartism, like, is that a word? It's so cathartic, isn't it, to watch comedians and listen to the things that they say and the way they deliver them. It just releases some tension over certain things, or like writing plays, being a playwright. I've been teaching about William Shakespeare, and it's like 500 years on, people are like acting out his plays. Like, how cool is that to leave a legacy like that? Reading books, like, books entertain people. You can never meet someone and you've entertained them on the other side of the world. Do you know what I mean? You've inspired them, you've taught them something, like, okay, so in terms of personal characteristics, personal qualities, you've got the unique, you're very forgiving, Cancer. You can let it go when someone makes mistakes or hurts your feelings. So you're very good at negotiating around, because people will F up, people will make mistakes or they'll speak wrongly. You're not going to hold grudges. Okay, so you're quite good at, passivity is used in a negative way, but we don't want to be confrontational with everything, do we? And we can let things go and move on, which is very, very useful in a work situation. We've got to be professional. But also, like, you heal from stuff in love and in life when you let go of stuff and you forgive people for limitations. If you trust someone, I was learning to be a teacher and I can mess up a lesson And it's not the end of the world, you know, but it's a bit inconvenient for the teacher who's like mentoring me, but they can sort it out. Do you know what I mean? It's not like it's okay. Small things can be forgiven very easily. You're very forgiving. Yeah, so rest assured, you're in a very good position financially and you'll continue to be, okay? Right, we've got Earth and Divine Feminine. The frequency of Earth activates our deep connection to this physical plane by showing us the beauty of all the aspects of our Great Mother and revealing the more ethereal, spiritual aspects of our nature. Okay, so you may feel like when you're out in nature, or when you're around people at the moment, that you're giving off that like divine empress, like divine feminine energy where you're calm to be around, you're supportive, you're nurturing, you're encouraging, you're forgiving. You may be inspiring and motivating people. The frequency of divine feminine supports our receptive, nurturing, and soft side, allowing it to express itself openly and helping us to connect to our intrinsic understanding of our connection to all of creation. Okay, so I can imagine that you're kind of feeling quite zen at the moment, quite calm, that people are happy to be in your presence, but you may also have like a deeper sense of self and introspection. Like you may be making a lot of connections, following your intuition, following your passions. Make sure you utilize the knowledge that's being given to you, sorry, at the moment, and the ideas that you're getting, and you put it on paper or record it somehow, because it's going to be a highly productive time. When you have a lot of alone time, this is when you kind of ruminate on stuff, or you read books, or you search the internet and you scour for things, or stuff comes up and you start to research and you start to go down rabbit holes of like, and you learn a lot about yourself and a lot about your interests, and you start to make connections between whole different subjects or fields of study. And I just feel like you're going through some sort of ascension, like spiritually, and you're going to make a lot of discoveries. Okay, I know that's really vague, but you're going to learn things about yourself and get more deeper into like different subjects. Like, you know, it happened to me when I was like reading about psychology and I was studying about child psychology and human behavior. I was reading about art at the same time, and then there was links between, you know, like surrealism, Salvador Dali, Sigmund Freud was like his best friend. It takes you on to total other subjects, and then they somehow bridge together. And then I was like reading about poetry, and then that was like bridging into English, and I don't know, like there's totally different subjects that bridge together, and yeah, it's to do with that. It's like a life's work, you know, like studying and getting deeper knowledge and insight into things and where things come together. Discoveries, let's say. Hi, Michelle. Yeah, I love learning. I've got a love of learning, 100%. I'm constantly growing and improving. I'm capable of making a positive impact on the world. Oh, they've missed the T off that one, haven't they? I'm constantly learning and growing. I told you. I told you. Your insight into different subjects and the research that you do now has like depths that are, you're gonna go to new depths with it. I'm talking, you're gonna go from shallow waters to the Mariana Trench. You go in places, okay, you go in sub-zero. Yeah, you're gonna go through an ascension. You're gonna be spiritually rich as well as rich in a 3D sense, okay? Right, have I done everything that I need to do? Yes, I have. We're gonna move on. We're gonna go on to Leo. Spirit guides, universe, and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Leo's highest good. Please can you give me 3 cards, one for Leo's past, present, and future. The past being the recent past, so the last month. The present being today, tomorrow, yesterday. And the future being the near future, so the month ahead, in terms of career, education, and finance.